I remember the exact moment I realized my CV was ruining my chances of getting hired on a cruise ship. Flashback to 2017. I'm sitting in my tiny room, laptop open, surrounded by rejection emails, the same message every time.
We regret to inform.
I scrolled through job postings, tweaking my CV over and over, hoping that this time things would be different. But deep down, I knew that something was just not right. What am I doing wrong? What is it that I'm not getting any responses? I thought to myself. I felt stuck, frustrated, and honestly, I really felt a little bit embarrassed. You see, I had the experience. I knew that I could do the job, but my CV just was not getting through the door. At that time, I had 4 years of working in the States. I've went to college, spent 4 years studying to get my degree in the industry, but still I was getting rejections. The ping of another rejection email landing in my inbox. That's when I decided I need to completely change my approach. I improved my CV so much so that within weeks, I finally got my first cruise job offer. And today, I would like to show you how to do the same. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Wandile Sambane, and I help aspiring cruise ship employees go from a position where they lack the knowledge and skills of how to apply for a lifestyle job at sea to successfully landing a position that aligns with your skills and interests so that you can embark on a global adventure fully prepared and confident no matter where you are starting from. Now, please do make sure that you stay till the end because I'm going to give you a free CV training plus the toolkit that will help you land your dream cruise ship job. Now, before we actually fix your CV, let's talk about 3 of the biggest mistakes that might be stopping you from getting hired. So, mistake number 1 is actually making your CV too long. Now, in a few minutes, I'm going to show you a bad CV versus a CV that I personally helped one of my clients to fix, which looks professional and landed her, of course, a couple of interviews. And you can simply copy the strategy that I'm about to give you today and implement it to your own CV. Now, you see, recruiters spend roughly about 6 to 10 seconds. If your CV is too long, they won't even read it. So make sure that you keep it short, structured, as well as easy, of course, to skim across. Now, the second mistake is there are no keywords. Your CV automatically gets filtered out. Now, the thing is, most cruise lines use software to filter out CVs before even a human even sees them. If yours doesn't have the right keywords, it gets rejected automatically. Instead, you could use, let's say, specific keywords like guest services. If you are applying, let's say, for a hotel-based position, you could use fine dining, you could use STCW certified, or you could use things like, let's say, maybe I provided a service in a fine dining environment. Now, I will show you later on when we get the CV, like I said. Now, the third mistake is that your CV looks like everybody else's CV. Now, a recruiter gets overwhelmed with, of course, identical looking CVs. If your CV looks generic, it's going to be ignored. Trust me, I know that from experience. You need to stand out from the crowd. You need to highlight your real skills and experience. Now, let us go into the step-by-step and fix your CV right now. Matter of fact, grab your CV or your computer, pause this video if you need to, and then continue so that you can follow these simple 4 steps with me. Now, the first step is to use the right structure. You see, a well structured CV that is, of course, ATS friendly is what's going to get you on board faster than you can even imagine. Like I said, your CV should only include 5 key sections, like I'm going to show you in our example a little bit later on. The first one, of course, is your name and contact information. The next one will be your professional summary. This is where you're going to highlight, let's say briefly within 3 to 5 lines, what it is that you are bringing to the table, what it is that, let's say, you can add that is of value to the team and the success of the company. Next, you're going to list your work experience, of course, starting in a chronological order from the most recent to the oldest. Next, you're going to highlight your skills as well as certifications. Now, the last one you can include if you want it, or you could simply put references available upon request to keep your CV short, concise, and to the point. Now, the next step is, of course, to add cruise ship specific keywords. This is where now we're going to highlight the ATS. You see, keywords will help you in terms of the recruiters when they scan your CV for key skills. Make sure that you include yours with the job description related to it that you are applying for. Words like front office, again, housekeeping, or fine dining are the ones that are going to make sure that your CV is getting picked up by the ATS system. Now, step number 3 is to show your experience correctly. Now, don't just say, as an example, waited tables. Say something like provided 5-star guest service in a 5-star, paced dining environment. Make sure that your skills are clear. Again, I like to use the STAR method, which I do take you through in the ATS, let's say in the CV toolkit system that I'm going to share with you a little bit later on. Now, the next step is to keep it simple and professional. Now, a cluttered CV will, confuse the recruiter, like I said. Keep it clean, keep it professional, no fancy colors, no fancy fonts, no unnecessary design. Like I said, just clean, clear formatting that is easy for recruiters to use. Now, let us actually go into a CV that I helped with one of my clients. Now, I'm just going to pull it up and put it right there on your screen. Now, as you can see here, this CV, there's a lot going on here. There are colors like red and pink, and honestly, in my opinion, this is just a little bit too much. Also, the CV is, let's say, very weak in terms of ATS friendly. And as you can see here, the objective is just saying to gain experience and to further my career within the company. Very great asset, hard worker, and quick learner. To me, this honestly sounds like, let's say, a person that is desperate for a job. Now, I know that you do want that job, but you want to be careful here. You want to sound as, like you are the person that's bringing value to the company. I will show you what I mean in a couple of minutes. But as you can see, it's just a list of, let's say, items, and the CV, in my opinion, is not, let's say, eye-catching. Now, let's go into the correct format, the same CV for the same person, which I transformed within, let's say, a few minutes by following the CV toolkit system. Now, let me open it up. As you can see here, this CV right here, it's very clean. There is less colors. It looks very professional. You can see even the picture, how I aligned everything. So I did put the name of course, the candidate, the position that they are applying for, because trust me, the ATS will pick this up. The contact details are simple and straight to the point. Now, the objective part, I want you to pay attention to the previous example and this one. It says here, dedicated and service-oriented assistant waiter with experience providing exceptional food and beverage service on board luxury cruise line. Skilled in maintaining high standards of cleanliness and hospitality. Ensuring seamless guest experiences, passionate about delivering attentive service to international clientele whilst thriving in fast-paced, team-oriented environments. Now, as you can see, this is literally you selling yourself to the recruiter. And if I was the recruiter reading this, I would definitely be interested. The next thing, as you can see, the certifications, I listed everything that she has in the order that, of course, will help her in, of course, getting that job. And if you are looking at, of course, the experience, I named it from the most present chronological order in reverse to the most, let's say, oldest. And the way that I've used so many keywords here, I put it in a way that, like I said, will be ATS friendly. Now, again, if you don't know what this means, I'm going to share this with you in a few seconds, how to get access to it. And of course, it's one, let's say, 2 pages. These are the key skills here, and all these skills, trust me, are ATS friendly. Like I said, references are said available upon request. This is a simple, you can say, 1.5 page CV. It goes on to the second page, but it's just the key skills. This is a very, let's say, clean, professional, straight to the point CV. So now I know that fixing your CV can feel a little bit overwhelming, and I totally get it, my friend. I struggled with mine for months before I figured out the exact formula that cruise ship recruiters are looking for. That is why, my friend, I've created the CV Toolkit system, a step-by-step system that helps you to build a recruiter-approved CV without any guesswork. So inside, you're going to find a pre-designed CV template that is recruiter-friendly, a step-by-step video walkthrough to craft your CV correctly, a list of cruise industry keywords to get past, of course, the ATS filters, and real examples of successful CVs that gets people hired. Now, this system has helped many people finally get responses as well as land interviews faster. And I know that it can help you also, my friend. So if you actually sign up today, you will also get access to my private community where you're going to, let's say, get sessions where you can ask me questions where I will answer all your cruise job questions. So if you're serious about working on a cruise ship and you want to skip the months of frustrations, like I said, grab the CV Toolkit system today, and of course, that will take you one step closer to your dream. Now, if you really want to know how to get a job without experience, I suggested you watch this video right now. Like always, your success is my priority. This is Wandile Sambala signing off. Until the next one, goodbye, my friend.